Hi! I am Andrea Justin B. Ponday from BSHM 21, and for today's video, I am going to make Dalgona Coffee Soju. So, here are the ingredients. Of course, the coffee, here, sugar, and hot or warm water. We also need soju or Korean liquor, milk, and some materials that we're going to need is hand mixer, frother for the milk, and shot glass for the measurement of the soju. So, let's now proceed in the making of our Dalgona Coffee Soju. So the first thing that we have to do is to mix the coffee, hot water, and the sugar. So, I am going to use 4 teaspoons of instant coffee powder, 4 teaspoons of brown sugar, and 4 teaspoons of hot water. So the key in making a perfect Dalgona whip is to make sure that these 3 ingredients are all in equal measurement. So in this recipe, I use 4 teaspoons of hot water, instant coffee powder, and brown sugar. And now I'm mixing it until the coffee powder and the sugar melts. Now that the instant coffee and the brown sugar has melted, we are now going to mix it or to whisk it using a hand mixer until the mixture has thickened and become creamy. As you can see, it already formed a stiff peak, but let's still whisk it for a minute. So here, as you can see, the mixture is already thick and it can already form a stiff peak. And that means our Dalgona whip is already done. But that's not the recipe yet because we're going to make Dalgona Coffee Soju. So now that our Dalgona whip is already done, as you can see, let's now proceed to the drink itself. The first thing we have to do is to pour a shot of soju into our glass. Then add some ice cubes. And set this aside for a minute because we are going to froth our milk. using a frother. So if you don't have a frother, you can skip this part and just use a regular milk. But I'm going to froth it to add viscosity to the milk. I'm going to froth it for 20 to 30 seconds or until I get the desired viscosity of the milk. So I think this texture is enough for me because I don't want my Dalgona Soju coffee to be too much foamy or creamy because it is still a liquor. The next thing we have to do is to pour the milk into our glass. Do not forget to save a little space for our Dalgona whip. Now, for the last and fun part, we're going to put our Dalgona whip on top of our milk and soju mixture. And now, we already have our Dalgona coffee soju.